Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Great, you're beautiful.
I'm so excited to talk to you. I knew I'd like you off the bat, Miss Normani. How is life for you? How are you feeling?
Life is great. I feel like I'm on a cloud. I'm happy.
As you should, as you should. It's been a big time for you. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago, you blessed us with Wild Side, which I've just been living for ever since. What would you say has kind of changed and evolved with you since maybe your motivation era a couple of years ago?
Honestly, probably my confidence and ability to recognize that I'm actually capable of wearing more hats than I give myself credit for.
Yes. I love that for you. What hats have you been wearing, Normani?
I mean, I've been, like I said, I haven't released music in the last 2 years. Therefore, I've had a lot of time to experiment with different sounds. Just like sonically, I've been learning how to produce. Just more ownership, I think, overall, which you hear in this particular record, Wild Side. Like, you can see when I love a record because I promote it differently.
Yeah.
And my energy towards it is just one that is, like I said, undeniable because I genuinely believe in this record. I love this record to the core, and it's probably one of my most proud moments. In terms of the record, but also just visually. Like I really wanted to do my best and push myself and play around with different dance styles to prove to myself, not only to everybody else, but prove to myself that like I'm capable and that I still have it.
Hell yeah, you do, girl. You're just getting started, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. And you can feel the confidence in this song.
Thank you.
You absolutely can. And I gotta say, last year when the WAP music video came out and I saw you in it, killing it, my first thought was I need a Normani and Cardi B song. And it's like you read my mind and gave it to me. What was it like working with Miss Cardi?
She is such a light. When I tell you I was very nervous to put this record out, just music out in general. Like I said, it had been so long. So there's anxiety going into releasing because you don't know if people are going to like it or if people are going to, not like it. You never know how it's going to be received, but she really calmed me down the night before we released. I remember before we dropped the artwork, she was just like, "It's your birthday." She's like, "Why you sound so nervous?" And she's like, "You need to let that go. Like, it's your birthday." She's like, "Stop overthinking it, connect with your fans more. Like, you got it." Like, she really just is a champion of mine and genuine, not even just artist to artist, but me as a person. Like, she told me that I remind her of Hennessy, which is her little sister, just because I just be like so in my head and I'm very critical of myself. But she's like, "Time ain't gonna wait on nobody. Like, you got this. This is your moment." And just being there to remind me of that and being my hype woman just throughout the whole process, honestly, like she made the experience a positive one. And being pregnant too, the fact that she trusted me and my team to even show up to the music video shoot and the artwork shoot, like that meant a lot.
That must have been a lot to keep that secret too, Normani. Like,
Well, I mean, she was showing.
uh-huh.
Yeah, we tried our best, especially with the scenes that we ended up using, just trying to cover
Yes.
the baby bump.
And I love to see that she is still super supportive of the record. I think even today she made a post about it. She's living for it just as much as everyone else is, for sure.
Yeah, no, you could see that. And that's the best part of it. Like, this wasn't a label decision, as you guys see sometimes where it's just like, "Oh, I'm going to put this artist on this record," and, hopes that it'll be more successful. Like, that was not the intention at all. Like I said, this ended up falling into both of our laps.
Wow.
And it was just super, super organic. Like, the fact that I'm just as excited about her as she is about me is just like, that's all you could ask for, which is why you see the energy that she's putting into the record, It was just a pleasure working with her.
Oh, that's so awesome. I think the fact that it was so organic comes off in it and just makes it look so natural for you two to be together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The video is killer, as you already know. The choreography in it is just 10 out of 10. And I know you're just a star dancer, so I love to watch you dance. How would you say your passion for dance kind of affects your music?
That's probably the number one thing that like affects the way that I create music and the way that I hear music. Anytime I'm in the studio, the first thing that I say is like, that instrumentation, the way that the record moves, the drive, the pocket is all important. And like, because I am a dancer, like I said, I hear things differently. So I'm very, very specific, which can probably be annoying sometimes, but I'm very, very specific with how I want my body to move. So I'm able to articulate and communicate that. But also, like I said, learning how to produce as well over the last 2 years has really helped me be able to articulate that even more so that I'm like, this is what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you're learning to produce as well, because that just means the product that you put out is going to be 100% you and your vision. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And like I said, I come from the dance community. So anything that I do, like, that's my family, that's my heart. I think dancers are the coolest people in the world.
True.
And like I said, if I didn't end up in the position that I was in, you know, luckily I'm still able to dance in some shape or form, but I would have been dancing for somebody.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it just so happens, thank God, like I'm able to have both my passions kind of collide. But I just appreciate the dance community so much, and they've been nothing but supportive. And I eat, breathe, and sleep dance. I think everybody knows that. I don't even have to say that.
No, that's
You can
one
see
of
how
the many things we love about you, Normani, for sure.
I am about it.
I know that when Wildside first dropped, even now, you're getting all sorts of praise left and right, as you should, because it's amazing. Was there any person or people in particular who reached out when it came out with kind words about it that meant a lot to you?
I mean, I'm gonna name one. So Timbaland, he did a video, like he recorded something on his IG story, and I totally freaked out. He was listening to the record and he approved. He approved of the record, and he started like producing and making sounds on top of the track.
You know what that means,
You
Normani.
don't understand. Like, he's one of my favorite. Anybody could tell you. Any creator that I'm ever in the room with could tell you that I have so much respect for that man. Like, he's one of my favorite producers of all time, honestly.
I mean,
And
he's like,
my playlist, the majority of what I listen to, yes.
yes. Does this mean maybe you and Tim one day?
I would die.
I think we're manifesting it. We're putting it out there.
Put that out there.
Yeah. He's obviously here for it. Normani.
No, it's just like the fact that he approved somebody that I look up to and really, really respect, you know, and who has culturally paved the way and created such impact and a shift in the way that music is being created. Like, that's what I want to get back to.
Yes. Yes. And the people that he has worked with in the past, like the fact that he gave you his stamp of approval, that's a big deal.
I was like crying. I was stuck for a good 45 minutes.
I love that. I can't blame you. That's amazing. You've already worked with so many other amazing artists, obviously Cardi, but like Khalid, Sam Smith. Is there anyone who is on, besides Timbaland, your dream list of people to collaborate with?
I would love to collaborate with Ree.
Yes.
And obviously B. That's just like no brainer. That's like at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But also Doja Cat would be really, really dope.
Yes.
You know, and Rosalia.
Oh,
I'm such a big fan of Rosalia. I remember seeing her backstage. I think it was at the VMAs. And we were just raving about each other. Like, because I know what her work looks like. I work very, very hard. So I just have that like respect when I see. I'm like, girl, I know you've been putting in your time. Yeah.
You can recognize that, I'm sure, in other artists. And you were a part of the Savage Fenty show, right? That Rihanna did. So you're getting there, Normani. I feel like this could really occur.
Maybe. Well, hopefully we'll manifest that too. We'll put that out there.
Absolutely. We'll just keep on putting positive vibes into the universe.
Like, even if we just get the music out right now, look at me. I'm being so hypocritical. My fans waited this long, but I'm like, Ree, when's the album coming out?
I know, but I mean, it has been a real minute for Rihanna, so we'll be ready whenever that day comes.
She's given us so much, you know, like she has a hella records out.
She does. She does that. I still listen to in heavy rotation. So she can take her time as far as I'm concerned.
She does.
I know that pre-pandemic, you were a part of Ariana Grande's Sweetener tour, which must have been wild. Do you have any touring plans coming up in your future?
Definitely at the top of the year. That's something that we're preparing. Me and my team have been talking about. My album will be out by then. I'm very, very excited, especially coming out of the pandemic. Like that was the one thing I kept saying. I'm like, I'm ready to be on stage. I miss performing. I miss my fans. I miss being in the same room. It's very different. Even in terms of like award shows, I feel like getting back to that live aspect is just, I feed off of that.
Oh, well, I know your fans are ready as well and can't wait to see you dancing on stage, singing the new album, the whole 9 yards. Well, last but certainly not least for you, Miss Normani, here in the state of Maine, our state motto is the way life should be. So I want to know, according to you, what is the way life should be?
Ooh, so simple, but so heavy.
It's kind of a loaded question.
Life should be. I mean, I feel like the way life should be is living like tomorrow isn't promised. You know, I feel like that is something that we often take for granted. The fact that I was able to wake up this morning and talk to you and continue to live out my dreams and the plan that I feel like God has over my life and see my family, like that's a miracle in itself. So I feel like not taking life for granted and also just living it to the fullest. If there's something that you want to do or something that God placed on your heart to do or a vision, like move towards that today. Don't wait.
I love that. Don't wait. And I think if the past year and a half has taught us anything, it really needs to be don't take life for granted because it really is so short.
It is. It definitely is. And do it now. Now's the time.
Oh, Normani, you're so great. I'm so glad I got to speak with you today. And thank you for Wildside, honestly.
Oh my God. Thank you for listening to it.
We needed that. Until we meet again, I can't wait for the album, the tour, and everything. Just keep on watching you.
Thank you.
Take care, Normani.
Bye. I'll talk to you later.